Good evening. So, we're going for a walk. I just had to, like, I had such an awesome day today. I just need to talk about it. So, I have this ongoing dispute with Hugo Boss. Let me rephrase that. I have this ongoing issue with Hugo Boss where they're like giving me a hard time paying me money. Hugo Boss, the multi-billion-dollar global corporation that has been around for 100 years, is giving me a hard time paying me back for expenses that I accrued while I was under their employment on a travel job. Well, I was traveling for them, kind of going from store to store and just babysitting until they were capable of staffing the location in question. And on my last assignment for them, the regional, who was my point of contact, it was his last week, so he wasn't willing to put my stay on his company card, which was kind of like his job. But so he had tasked me with doing it by myself. And I mean, living out of a hotel, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. And I made it work for what I could, but there came a point where, and then they were reimbursing me for everything that I was spending, which was fun. It was absolutely fun. But there were 4 nights that I had to use, I know this is like fucking bougie problems, but but I had accrued about 60,000 Marriott points from staying in Marriott locations using my Marriott Bonvoy account. Something you should do, if you do traveling for work, make sure you get an account with especially if Marriott, for instance, you stay at a lot of Marriotts. You get a Bonvoy account and you rack up those points, and those points you can fucking use for free stays. And it just so happened that I had enough points to cover 4 nights, which is what I needed. Because the company, or at least the regional, was giving me the runaround with getting someone to put my stay on the card. And I mean, why the fuck should I don't feel bad. I used to feel bad. I used to think a few months ago, if you asked me about this, I probably would have I don't know if I want to talk about this, but I started to realize how you doing, man? I started to realize that after 4 months of getting dicked around for my money, that it's maybe it's not a bad idea to actually shame them, because really, I'm trying to think of how to put it. Now, I remember when I was under their employ, they sent out this big notice about how any employee that was involved in any kind of activity that could potentially lower the stock value, you can get fined $20,000 on top of being named and shamed, which is a pretty gnarly fucking fear tactic. So I'm just kind of at the point where it's you know what? Maybe they need to be named and shamed. So, and mind you, it's not a lot of money. Depending on your point of view. I mean, the 4 days in the hotel was about probably what would have run $160 a night on average. $160 a night, 4 nights. So that's $320. That's about $640 that I had to put on I had to use my Bonvoy points. Luckily, I had enough. I didn't have enough cash. I didn't have enough money for this. As a matter of fact, that Tuesday when I had to rebook my room, because I was there for 2 weeks straight, 10 days. Oh, I'm sorry, 14 days I was there. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't have had the money. I wouldn't have been able to stay. And the fucked up thing is, like, I was told, like, oh, well, if you can't do this, then just go home and we'll get somebody else to do it. I get that, but like, when I first agreed to do the job, I was told that within 3 days I would have someone paying for my room, the company paying for my room, so I didn't have to worry about it. Because one, I have to take trains. I had to take a fucking 5 hour, 5 hours, my ass. It was more like a fucking 12-hour train. I had to take a train from New Jersey, from Atlantic City. I had to take a train from Atlantic City to Philly, then from Philly to Boston. Then I had to take a bus from Boston to New Hampshire, and then a fucking lift from the bus station in New Hampshire to my hotel. Like, I left the house at 8 o'clock that morning. I didn't get to my hotel room around 9:30 at night. Luckily, they were trying to get me to pay for that too. Luckily, I had like here's the thing too. It's like I had a corporate travel account. So a place like this, they have resources. They have resources, and it's just like, for one reason or another, they didn't want to use the resources for me, and it's just like, I don't know. I don't understand what the fuck that was all about. Like, I feel kind of like, and considering the amount of work I was doing, and the quality of work that I was doing on top of the quantity of work that I was doing on top of that. I'm one of those people that is like, it's not so much quality versus quantity. It's the quantity is the quality. Is quality at the same time. Like, I don't fuck around when I do shit with them. Like, they had me in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at an outlet for them for about like 4 months, literally 4 months. I got there, it was supposed to be 2 to 3 weeks, it ended up going 4 months. And mind you, they paid everything. It was fucking fantastic. I mean, the first 3 weeks were a little tough because I only had $150 on me, but once all the money, once my money was situated, once I was able to start recycling my funds, then it was like, all right, that ain't shit. I got this. And then it just turned into, like, I don't want to say free money, but it was definitely paying for itself. It paid for itself in, like, more ways than I can count. I mean, I spent more than enough time blowing myself over what I was able to pull off in that location. Which is why, like, when it came to going to the New Hampshire location in Merrimack, the Merrimack outlet in New Hampshire, like, when it came to that, to me, it was a spit in my face. It was complete disrespect, the way that they treated me there. And yeah, it's I know that's like me taking it personal, but when I stack up all of the other the grievances that I have, it's just like that was disrespectful, 100% disrespectful, because what I ended up finding out on my own, because people open their mouths, like, it's not corporate people, they're always trying to be quiet and like clandestine about things, but if you just shut your mouth and just let people talk, people spill the beans on themselves, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Yesterday you and me, we were partners in crime, but now it's like, you were just saying that to butter up my asshole. Like, what the fuck? I actually thought we were friends. No, you're a fucking jerk off, a liar. And maybe lies by omission, but like, you fucked me out of thousands of dollars. Because those 4 months, I didn't know this, but, well, I mean, I knew this. I was just allowing it to happen. But I ended up finding out that I should have been getting a stipend. Like, and granted, it was only like $1.49 extra an hour, but I got about like 8,000 hours clocked into that. But I don't know, what's 100? 4 months. That's 16 weeks. About 40 to 50 hours a week. Let's call it 40 hours a week. No, I'm sorry. I only came home. I was only allowed 10 days off out of 120 days. I worked every other day. And mind you, that's counting Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I only got 1 day off for Christmas. Like, I came home Christmas Eve. I got home Christmas Eve night. I got to spend Christmas with my family, and then I had to wake up the next morning to go back on the train to head back to Lancaster. So it was like, there wasn't days off like that. Most of the time that I would end up going home, I'd be home for 1 day to sleep and then get back on a train to go back up there. Now, here's my thing, is that I had at least one other person that had to take a train that helped me out once in a while. And she was getting paid to travel. Her instructions were, as soon as you put your foot on that train station, you clock in. Well, nobody told me that. I got 124 hours of travel time, and I know this because I calculated it. I was using this app called Concur. Concur is like a travel management company, and the fucking cool thing about them is like they'll keep track of all your receipts. So all you gotta do is just anytime you go eat something or go travel, you just take a picture of your receipt and upload it onto the server, and then it gets sent over to the approving manager, and then they approve it, and then finance just backs the money into your account, into your bank account. It's really, really convenient. But when I was looking, when I calculated all my time, I realized I had about 125 hours of travel because I had to take I had to take a train. I had to take a train from Atlantic City to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and then I had to get fucking lifts. So from here to there, I would leave my house at like 5 o'clock in the morning to catch like a 5:55 train, and I wouldn't get to the store till like almost 10 o'clock. It's about 4 to 5 hour trip, and then work a full shift. So eventually, when I had brought this up to the regional manager, he had asked me after I was done with Lancaster. I came back, and he had called me up to ask me to do another job, and I said, "Well, what about travel? Am I going to get paid to travel?" And he goes, "Of course." All right, well, why wasn't I paid to travel? Then I threw that one out there. I was like, "So what about last time?" And then it was like, well, that wasn't part of your shift. What? What are you talking about? Doesn't that make sense? I guess. No. I didn't say no. I just said yes, but I lied. I know. That's on me. But I knew he was lying because he wasn't expecting me to say that. So I kind of threw it at the company. I'm like, I want to get paid for that. I don't know if you owe me that money. I'm not taking that. Now, I mean, while I was in New Hampshire, this last trip, which was like, that was in April. I got there on April fucking 12th. On Easter Sunday, no less. I had to leave on Easter Sunday to get to New Hampshire so I can work for the next 2 weeks straight. Luckily, I used I had a corporate travel account, so I was able to book the train, because it was like fucking $300. Sorry, fuck, what? I tried getting my hotel on there, but I couldn't get approval. And then I emailed corporate, and an email was sent to corporate. We need approval for this. We just need someone to approve it, and nobody approved it. Like, what the fuck? All right, assholes. What the hell is the point of having a goddamn thing if you're not going to fucking use it? Well, I'm sure people use it. I know people use it. I was using it for fucking 4 months. I used it for 4 months like it was my fucking, like it was my job. It was my job to use it. But, no, it's like, it's just all fucked up because it's like, oh, you need me, so now I'm your buddy. But I need help too. And it's like, help goes both ways. And then once I'm getting smoke blown up my ass, oh, don't worry, we'll get somebody by Wednesday. Wednesday comes and goes. On Wednesday, I go, hey, where's the card? Who's putting this on their card? We'll get back to you on Friday. Yeah, but I'm running out of money. Well, if you can't do it, go home. We'll find someone else who can. What? What kind of attitude is this? So of course I make it work because I make the impossible possible. That's literally what my job is. My real job is making impossible shit happen. No problem. I'll continue using my magic so you don't have to fucking worry about it, jerk off. So what the fuck? Oh, and then my paycheck, they shorted me like fucking $550 on my paycheck. And then it took me almost a month to get that money back. I had to lose my shit. I had to get the fucking, now I don't know if you know anything about Hugo Boss, but Hugo Boss, the company was the official outfitter of Hitler's SS. So all of those SS, the really nice SS uniforms, that was Hugo Boss who made them. After the war, Hugo Boss was run through the fucking mud because of his involvement with the Nazi regime. Because dude was all in. He wasn't expecting them to lose. But when they lost the war, he got dragged through the fucking mud, publicly shamed. Like it was a mess for that guy. So he gave the company to his son-in-law, and his son-in-law, just to kind of save face, did what he had to do to transform it into like high-end men's fashion. Which, great, they got some nice shit. I got a lot of nice stuff out of there. Like, I got these shoes. I like those. I got my Hugo Boss undies. Even though they make my ass itch. I got this rash on my ass ever since I started wearing these fucking things. So yeah, let that sink in. I got a rash on my ass thanks to my fucking Hugo Boss undies. But I threw away all my other undies, so that's all I got. And I don't have any money to go buy new undies. I think I might have got the small ones. So I got the small ones though, but that's the thing, is they fit. They're not like super tight. I feel like if I got it the next size up, it would have been too big. I got a little body. I'm petite for a man. So on my way back, I finally, like, I had enough. By the end of my 2 weeks there, like, I literally, like, my bank account, I went into the negatives. It took me about 9 days to get results. And the only reason I got results, and what I mean by result is, the only reason I got someone to put the rest of my stay on the company card was because the day that my contact was leaving, on his supposed last day, I waited through the whole day. It's not like I was just being a bitch about it. Like, I gave him the entire day. You told me you were going to get back to me on Friday. It's Monday night. No fucking word all fucking weekend. Like, what the fuck? I've been working 9 days straight. Oh, I'm sorry, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. 8 days straight I fucking work. On Monday night, I sent an email to the vice president, Kieran fucking, I don't know his last name. English gentleman. Very nice on the phone, but so is every other fucking corporate jerk off. No, fuck that. Every other fucking corporate fucking slag. Oh, Mr. Pignataro, thank you for all your work. Really? Nigga, you have no idea who the fuck I am. You got no idea what the fuck I've been doing. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just blowing smoke up my ass like I said I didn't want. Because the night before, I didn't mean to yell at him. I was just venting. Because while working with Francisco, name and shame, Francisco Mendez, the former regional manager of fucking Hugo Boss Northeast, while working with Frank, that's what we call him, Frank. While working with Frank, he would always call me in Lancaster because, one, that motherfucker, he was fucked and he knew it. I was the only asshole willing to do the work. And I love Hugo Boss. I love Hugo Boss and I love the opportunity that Frank gave me. Like, I took it seriously. Like, I fucking kicked the shit out of that job. That store right now is fucking amazing. The team in there is kick-ass thanks to me. And I know, blow myself a little bit more. But while I was there, this fucking guy would call me once in a while. Oh, don't stress. I don't want you to stress. I just give all your stress to me. All right, Frank, I'm really stressed. I gotta go. I got another call coming in. What? I didn't get to say anything. Yeah, Frank, I'm a little bit tired. Well, you're the one who wanted to work. I didn't tell you to work extra. I didn't tell you to give up your days off. I mean, you called me and said, I remember, you called me, Frank, can I please give up can I please volunteer to work on my days off? That's not what this is about. I'm just, like, you ask me how I'm doing. I'm fucking tired because I just worked 20 days straight. I had 1 day off out of 21. I'm a little fucking cranky. 7 fucking days a week. And the 1 fucking day that I had off didn't even count. Because as soon as I fucking got home, I got off the fucking train, on a fucking bus, I put my foot on the fucking bus, and this fucking guy calls me up. Oh, the manager resigned. What the fuck? Alright, I'll be back tomorrow. And I volunteered. I know. I volunteered. But that's exactly why I feel like you have respect for that person. You show me fucking respect. You don't take a shit on me. I'm the one who's doing you a favor. How many fucking favors? I was supposed to start on fucking Monday, and I'm just venting, by the way. I was supposed to start there on fucking Monday. Then he called me on Saturday while I'm at my best friend's fucking wedding. Is there a way you can get there tomorrow? The fuck? I'm in North Jersey right now. I'm in East fucking Brunswick, and I gotta get to fucking Lancaster, Pennsylvania tomorrow by fucking 12? Are you out of your fucking mind? Oh, but you know what? Oh, I fucking made it happen. And I partied like I had nothing to fucking do the next day. I got high. I was smoking a fucking pot pen. I was fucking drinking like a lunatic. I was dancing. I had a fucking amazing time. But you know what? I didn't get to go to sleep that night. I stayed up all fucking night. This way I wouldn't fall asleep and miss the fucking train. Because the only way to get there and make it happen, the only way to make this fucking this motherfucker, I'm the magic man, I make the magic. Nigga, you don't do shit. You didn't do shit. I did it. You're welcome. I didn't know you feel this way. You never fucking asked. You never shut the fuck up long enough for me to fucking talk. But then I got where was I? Because now I completely sounds like you have a lot of pent-up rage. Oh, I fucking got a lot of pent-up rage, motherfuckers. I'm grateful for my rage. I'm grateful for my fucking fury. It's called divine rage. Witchcraft, motherfuckers. And it's not like I don't tell nobody I'm a witch. I make sure like everybody knows. I'm a witch. I practice witchcraft. Now, that's not to scare anybody. Because I know that, like, the witch race is, like, the most fucking, like, shit-on race of all of them. The Jews, you think you got it bad? You know what? The witches, we have it just as bad as the Jews. I don't know if anybody remembers the time when we were all fucking getting burned and tortured over like fucking 200 years in Europe. Holy shit. Witches aren't real. They don't have any power. Nigga, who are you to be shitting on anybody? Why? Because you're too fucking, you don't want to see it? But the reason I make sure that I let everybody know that I'm a witch, because one, it's my job. I have a business that revolves around witchcraft. Hugo Boss is my side hustle. Like, I do it for fun. I do it so that I can test out my power to see, like, okay, let's see how much of this, what I'm doing, my inner work, if this is actually paying off. And yeah, motherfucker, it is. Because I told the fucking company to suck my dick today. And a lot more words than that. I give you a fucking week to get me my fucking money, or I'm gonna start getting everyone's fucking boss involved. Hashtag be your own boss. You know what I fucking said today? I said, I bet you that if we did a survey of the entire fucking company, how many people, raise your hand, who here is their own boss versus who here has a boss that they have to answer to? Because I bet you that most are gonna say, I have a boss and I don't want to piss them off. Because my boss doesn't want to hear shit. My boss just wants to do boss shit so that they don't have to report to their boss, who has to report to their boss, who has to report to their boss, who's eventually going to have to report to the fucking shareholders. I was a fucking shareholder for a little bit. I just sold off all my fucking shares because fuck you. And it's not the fucking people. I know that it's not the people. People are pieces of shit no matter what. Right? You can take a piece of shit out of the toilet, it's still a piece of shit. You can polish that piece of shit as much as you want to polish it. And this is a myth that I saw on Mythbusters. And you can, in fact, polish a turd. And you can polish that turd all you want. But no matter what you do to it, a piece of shit is a piece of shit. You could do his hair up really nice. You could have a nice little suit. You could put on your nice little fucking fake face. But you're still a piece of shit at the end of the fucking day. Facts. Who am I fucking looking for? I'm looking to make sure people aren't watching me have a fucking meltdown right now, you dumb fuck. Don't fucking worry about who the fuck I'm looking for. I've been getting fucking disrespected by this fucking company for over a fucking year. Almost 2 to 18 months. These motherfuckers have been shitting on me. And I keep my mouth shut. Now, granted, mind you, I don't entirely keep my mouth shut because I do remember this one time I had this fucking jerk-off manager. I'm your boss. You ain't my boss. You're my co-worker. You're my co-worker. Well, I mean, technically you're right. But I'm your boss. You ain't my fucking boss. Even the motherfuckers in corporate, nobody there is my boss. I am the boss. This is my part-time job that I do for fun. And cash, because my real job doesn't pay me. Yet. And maybe it may never. I don't give a fuck. I'm here just to fucking see what I can do. Not to be fucking taking orders. Not to be anyone's bitch. If I give you a uniform, you bet your ass you're gonna wear it. Suck my dick, Teal! Suck my dick! No, that's the manager at the fucking Borgata store. The location in Borgata. The other one was Josie, the manager at the outlet in Atlantic City. Bunch of assholes, to be perfectly honest. Because I remember when I was in Lancaster, I was I'd be fucked. I'd have times where I didn't have anybody come into work. I only had one full-time employee who was working with me. Now, this guy, he was my boy, George. Now, George had fucking, George was fucking dying. George might actually be dead because of all the shit that was wrong with this fucking poor guy. But you know what? He was the toughest motherfucker because he would come to work as much as he could. But I would reach out, email, call, reach out to people I fucking knew. People I know personally. To ask for help. And they'd either ignore me. No, I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. I had to, eventually, because I realized how much of a fucking useless twat that Francisco was, that I started going to myself, you know what? This motherfucker cannot get anything done. Let me fucking try. And, mind you, I know I piss people off, because I do it on purpose sometimes, because it's just like, fuck you. Fuck you. This fucking one team bullshit. Everyone's a fucking teammate until it's fucking time to do something. I sent a fucking email to my old store. My old store! This is a store I worked at for 10 months. I know these people. My brother works there. Oh no. The lies. I included them all on a text and on an email just to see what would happen. And they did exactly what I thought they would do, which was fucking nothing. And then today I gotta deal with this bullshit now. I've been waiting 4 fucking months to get paid back the fucking money that's owed to me. Not to mention the fucking back pay of the money that I got fucked over for. And I told him today, fuck you, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere until you motherfuckers realize, I don't know what the fuck I gotta do. What do I have to do to impress upon you that I am not fucking going anywhere until I get my fucking way? And I'm gonna get my way. And that includes getting the money that's owed for me for the fucking hotel, which is at least $640. Nigga, I got fucking 42 cents in my bank account right now. My bank account has been under $10 since June 6th. June 6th was when my bank account went under $10, and it has been there since. What am I doing for money? I don't have any money. That's what I'm fucking saying. I don't have any. I got 42 fucking cents. How am I eating? How am I surviving? That's what I had to spend the last of my fucking money on, was a fucking $60 worth of food from fucking Walmart that I've been fucking eating like a fucking... Well, look, I live with my mom too, so it's like... But I haven't even been able to pay her rent. And but here's that. Because I refuse to work for another motherfucker again. If my business if I can't make money with my own shit, then fuck it. I'll wait till everybody kicks me out and I gotta go fucking live on the fucking streets. I don't give a fuck at this point. The reason I don't have any money is to get over the fear of not having any money, because you know what? You take away, I don't know, if you're actually watching this shit, imagine what it would be like to have no money in your bank account for a month. What would you do? What would you do? Every day I'm getting emails about this thing can't be paid, this thing can't be paid, this thing can't be paid, these people are trying to take money, these people, and mind you, it's Audible, Spotify, my phone's turned off. My phone's been turned off for fucking like 2 weeks now. The only reason I still have my headphones, on is because there's a nifty feature on Spotify where I can download an album and then just loop it. I don't really leave the house too much anyway, because I don't have any friends. I just fucking sit home, I write, I read. I've been learning how to program. I've actually been learning how to program, which is actually pretty fun. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Part of my spiritual practice is fuck money. No, not fuck money. I mean, money's important, but at this point, I'm done hunting for money. I'm never working for someone ever again. Unless it's the owner, unless it's working for the Toxic Order or any other of the subsidiary companies that are part of the toxic family, I ain't working for you. Suck off my cock. Slow and supple. This way I enjoy every fucking suck. I ain't begging anyone for money. Please pay me on Reaser Cars. I'll tell you. Fuck off. You know what I want people to pay me for? I want people to pay me to tell them how much of a piece of shit they are. I'll tell you what nobody else wants to tell you. The shit that you tell yourself, but all the don't say bad things about yourself. Stay positive. Stay positive. Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot and you know it. All of you fucking lemmings, you are all saying the same shit. One of my hobbies, one of my new favorite hobbies for my job is like I've been scrolling through Facebook and I find like recipes and shit, which because I fucking love food. But I'm part of like a whole bunch of groups, and so my feed is just filled with a bunch of horse shit constantly. This self-empowerment bullshit. You know how you fucking empower yourself? Beat the shit out of yourself. Beat the shit out of yourself so badly and so consistently that the next time you see your fist go up, you go, fuck, I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to get hit again. I'll do it. I'll do it. And it's not like I'm fucking telling you to fucking do something that you don't want to do, asshole. I'm telling you to just do the things that you love doing. You love to write. Write. You love to learn? Go learn something. You love to refine what you already know and become a master of the crafts that you are intentionally becoming a master of? Continue fucking doing it. You happen to be in a fucking very unique situation where you don't have to fucking pay bills, your fucking ex-wife doesn't fucking bother you about child support, your kid doesn't want anything to fucking do with you, you don't have any fucking friends, you are in prime condition to do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want to do it, however the fuck you want to do it. And motherfucker, that's what I do every fucking day. My life is fucking amazing. It's fucking fucked up. I ain't gonna fucking say that it ain't fucking like... It isn't uncomfortable to not go to a job every single fucking day. It's uncomfortable to go to my fucking bank account and see 42 cents. This guy's fucking unhinged. No shit. Yeah, but it's a temporary thing. This too shall pass. Because right now, I had a very, exciting day. There's a lot of excitement. Do you know what it's like to email the corporate upper management of a corporation? To email the manager of HR, the vice president, the compliance department from Germany, and the company's personal lawyer. And tell everybody to suck my dick. Get me my fucking money so I could stop fucking talking to you people. Or would you prefer that I start invoicing from now on? Every fucking email after this one, I'm gonna fucking put an invoice on there. And we'll just keep on fucking racking up the fucking bill. Because apparently nobody gives a fuck in the first place. Oh, Mr. Pictataro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it took so long. Then what the fuck am I waiting for? What the fuck am I waiting for? I get it. I'm not the priority. We have billions and billions of dollars that we need to fucking start bringing in. All right, well, you owe me about 2,000 left. 2,500. Get me that. This way I can go and do my thing. Unless it is that you people just love me that fucking much. You want to suck my dick that badly that you don't want me to leave? Because as soon as I fucking get my shit and I'm done... You guys can go back to your boring ass fucking shitty jobs, worrying about who do we not have to piss off. We may need to change some fucking policies around here so we don't have this motherfucker again. There's people, I have seen this place fucking churn motherfuckers out. Churn them out. This sucks the fucking life out of people. And they just fucking walk away. I just say, fuck it. And I want to say, fuck it. I want this to be over. I want this part of my life to be just wrapped up. But it's like, you cocksuckers will not let me go. And at this point, you know what? Just from a business perspective, hey, I can use I can use that extra $2,000, $3,000, whatever the fuck it is. All right, let's do the math, right? So 125 fucking hours. Oh, don't forget Mary Mac. Don't forget Mary Mac. That's another 24, so we're looking at 150 hours of travel time. $16 an hour. We're probably about like 150. That's about 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks of straight time. Average paycheck's about, what is that? 40? What's 40 times 16? Well, how about this? Let's do, what's 4 times 16 is 52? No, 64, $640 before taxes. Okay, so $640 times 3. That's about $1,940. Right? Or am I doing that wrong? Let's try it again. What did we get? 16 times 4, that's 640. Now 640 times 3. Okay, 64 times 3, that's a 2, carry the 1, that's 18, it's 9, then drop the 0, so $1,920. So that's about, we'll plus then we still have that extra $10 remainder, so we'll just throw in about $2,000. Okay, perfect. Now, let's talk about the fucking manager stipend, which is about $1.49. We'll just fucking round it up to $1.50, because at this point, what the fuck does it even matter? $1.50, and then 4 months, let's average at about 50 hours a week. And mind you, it's going to be a little bit less, but we're just going to average it out. Because 50 hours a week was a little bit more realistic to what I was doing than 40. Because I was working 7 days a week most of the time. So, that's 200 hours a month. 4 months, that's 800 hours at $1.50, so that's another $1,200. So now we're kind of at $3,100, so about $3,100. Now, let's tack on the $640 from my hotel stay. So now we're almost at $4,000. Now for a guy who's been surviving off of fucking no money for the past month, I think that $4,000 would go a long way. Yeah. Right. Now, I haven't had a cigarette either in 4 months. 4 months. About 3 weeks. I haven't had a cigarette, which is quite a bit. Normally, I don't not smoke. Like, I'm a heavy smoker. No, I'm not a heavy smoker. I usually smoke like a pack. Like, sometimes I can make a pack last like 2 days. Like, I buy a pack every other day, for the most part. Either the morning of the third day or the night of the second day of having that pack. So it's like every other day. So let's say 7 days a week. It's about 3.5 packs of cigarettes a week. They're about $13, so that's 40. Let's say $50 a week in cigarettes. And I'm not the type of person. I'm very much against the idea of not quitting smoking just for the sake of money. One of the with money magic, because money magic is something that I practice. I'm actually in the middle of a money ritual right now. It's about a month long. Well, technically, this is the second month, so we're going on a really big one. Yeah, you gotta lose it all to get it back, I think. We gotta get rid of all the money. The idea is, let's bring it back, because I'm a little wound up right now. The idea with money magic, and any money magic for that matter, is not so much about what you can get out of it materially. The idea of money magic is not so much to bring more money in. I mean, it can be. It is, and it isn't. But it's also about learning your own value. Finding the value within yourself that exists, that transcends just your monetary worth. And that could be liquid and all your assets, your debts, all of that stuff. So, realistically, the money means nothing. It really doesn't. I could forgive it. I could easily just go, you know what, fuck it, don't even worry about it. But my long-term goals, because I do have long-term goals. I'm not the type of person that just thinks about right this second. I can't help it, I do. I mean, we all do. It's good to be able to think just of right now. The Power of Now, I think, is an Eckhart Tolle book. But here's the thing, don't get so fucking lost in right now that you lose sight of what happened yesterday and tomorrow, dumb fuck. Because you have to think about, because it's really valuable to know where you have been so that you have a good idea, at least an idea of where it is that you're going. Because if you don't know where you're going from right here, you're fucked. If you don't know how you got here, you're fucked. If you're just fucking living in right now in la la land and ignoring everything that brought you up to this point, then how the fuck do you know where you're gonna go? You don't have to know the whole thing. You don't have to like have everything fucking mapped out like a goddamn treasure map. But who are you? What are you doing? What is your plans? Like what's the point? Why are you wasting the fucking life and time and energy of everyone the fuck around you when you have no idea what the fuck you're even doing with yourself? Now, me, personally, with my life, with my business is my business. My lowercase business is my uppercase business. Does that make sense? I'm not approaching business from the conventional standpoint of let's provide a service for people and then have them pay me for that service that they can just do for them fucking selves. No, my business is about what can I provide for me. Me. And if what I do for me is so valuable and so amazing, then some jerk off, shut up and take my money. No problem, dick face. Thanks. That's really unrealistic. It's unrealistic, but it's not impossible. Because I'm not I write, I speak, I feel, I do and I experience. I don't just I'm not in this to fucking be writing receipts and invoices. No, just give me your fucking money, listen to what the fuck I gotta say, and then go fuck off. I don't even want to work with people because I don't like people. I don't like you. I don't like anyone. I like my mommy. My mommy and my sister and my brother and my stepdaddy, they're probably the only people I like. Love. That I love. Everyone else can go fuck off. I don't like you. So why am I doing this? Why am I looking for attention? Who said I was looking for attention? I didn't say I was looking for attention. I'm doing this as fucking therapy. As a matter of fact, let me ask you this. Why the fuck are you watching this? Where the fuck did you come from? I think that's a better question, is like, why the fuck are you watching this? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, honestly, I'm being serious. Think about this for a second. Who the fuck invited you to come watch this fucking video? I'm not fucking on here going, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to fucking hit the like button and the notification button so that you know every time I release a video. I never fucking said that. How about this? Turn the fucker off, dumb fuck. Go do something better with your time. Actually, go do something with your life. How about that? You see what I'm doing right now? See how this plays into the bigger role of what I'm doing is I'm getting all this shit out of me. Because chances are what's going to happen is you're never going to see another video where I talk like this again because I'm done with this shit. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say I'm absolutely done with it because there's a possibility that I have to vent about this in another week or two. Or if those cocksuckers actually fucking follow through and just do what I tell them to do, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Because I know at this point, what it is, I'm not listening to him. He's not my boss. He's not my boss. I don't have to fucking do that shit. No, but that's why I'm going to get your boss involved. Because once I start annoying the fuck out of your boss, then your boss is going to fucking tell you, just fucking do it, because this guy's annoying the fuck out of me. I know what I'm doing. I'm stressing myself out. I'm allowing myself to get stressed. This is what I do, by the way. This is called alchemy. This is magic right here. Because what's going to come out of this, what's coming out of this is... One of my coaches, Mia Magic. I love this woman. I love her. I'm actually in love with her. She put it like this once, whilst talking about a process called a rage ritual. The reason that I'm free is because I let this out. This isn't just about naming and shaming and venting and bitching and complaining. Not that it's not. But if we don't allow ourselves to process those emotions and get them the fuck out, they're just gonna fester and ferment and turn into fucking cancer and every other kind of fucking sickness that you can think of. So what I'm doing is I'm freeing myself of all the bullshit that I don't need to worry about. Because tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up feeling right as fucking rain. I'm going to say hi to my mama in the morning. I'm going to get me a cup of coffee. Then I'm going to go back into my fucking room and I'm going to start writing. Or I'm going to start reading a book. Or I'm going to start fucking, what do you call it? Continuing my programming journey. Or I might even start producing music again. Because I'm going to do all the fucking things I love to do. And while you have to set your alarm clock so that you have to wake up tomorrow because you don't want to be late, don't be late for work tomorrow or your boss is gonna scold you. I don't have to worry about that shit. I'm my fucking boss. Be your own fucking boss. If you got to fucking answer to somebody, you're somebody else's bitch. However you want to define it, however you want to justify it to yourself, you're somebody else's bitch. Just say it. Say it with me. I am somebody else's bitch. I am somebody else's bitch. I'm just doing what I do because of a paycheck. If I wasn't getting paid to do what I'm getting paid to do, I fucking wouldn't be doing it. If somebody came along and offered me $1 more an hour, I would fucking take it and run for the fucking hills. Or I have a nice retirement plan. I'm just doing it for the fucking retirement plan. I don't give a fuck about anything else. The benefits. I love the fucking benefits. That's it. The job sucks. I hate the job. I just love the benefits. I am somebody else's bitch for the benefits. Because there's benefits to being a bitch. Right? When I was somebody's bitch, that's why I did it, because of the benefits. What benefits were there? I don't know. That's a good question. What were the benefits? Because all I know is that I was getting treated like a bitch all the time. Once in a while, I'd go out for drinks, dinner. Once in a while, there was a satisfaction with getting a difficult job done. Because there is a satisfaction with getting hard work, accomplishing something difficult. Being the facilitator of a really cool project, like that's fun stuff. So, like, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of yelling, there's a lot of like finger pointing and finger giving, but at the same time, like, there is that sense of satisfaction. But for me, I fucking hate people. Something I want to do one day, I want to be the one who starts World War III. I want to wipe out most of humanity. There's too many people. The less people that there are, the more easy they are to control. And people are like, I mean, you look around today in today's society, people are they're all fucking brain dead. You're probably fucking brain dead too. You have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. And then again, like, one, who the fuck are you? Why are you watching this? Because you're not asking me any questions. You're not participating in any way, shape, or form. Like, what the fuck do you want? Like, is this helping you at all? It's helping me. I feel fucking fantastic. Because when I go back home, it's going to be like, oh, wow, that was good. And over the course of these past couple of months, like, I was dropping these fucking videos like at least like 2-3 times a day at one point. But then I started to realize, like, I started to like run out of steam, you know? And fucking Hugo Boss, like, really fucking, this brings up like so much pain, but I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for all that shit. I'm grateful for all the people I was just talking shit about. I'm grateful for every single one of them. I'm so grateful for this experience, because you know why? Because it's allowing me to do something I've always wanted to do, which is take a shit on corporate people. And again, it's not the people, it's not the individual, it's the job. It's what their title represents. It's the way that they treat people. It's the way that they mistreat people. It's the way that they fucking lie. And they're covert. And they're clandestine fucking snakes in the grass that will fuck you right in the ass if you aren't paying attention. And that's what they do. And they'll play stupid and they'll try to play games. Because, mind you, like, I've been going through this, I was talking about this whole thing. I've been doing this for 4 months, back and forth, with corporate right now. They have not once brought up my retro stipend or my travel pay. Not even, they're not going there. But I keep bringing it up and let them know, like, hey, yo, whoa. I know we like to, like, ignore this one, but I'm not letting this go. Sorry. Like, even when I finally got the back pay, because like I said, it took me almost a month to get. Was it a month? Yeah, probably about that, like 3 or 4 weeks. About 3 or 4 weeks to get paid the money that was being withheld from me. It was literally being withheld. The shit I had to go through just to get myself paid for that. Oh my God, it's like embarrassing. Even my brother's like, why are you going through all this? Why am I going through all this? It's the fucking principle, man. It's the principle. But it's more than that too. I don't like companies that take advantage. And I allowed them to take advantage, but I allowed them to take advantage because I wanted to see how far it was gonna go. That's why I did it. Think of it like undercover jerk off. I called it undercover, Hugo's undercover boss. When I was a shareholder, I'm gonna be a shareholder again. I gotta buy my share again. But what I have a holding firm that holds all of my Hugo Boss shares. That's the only reason it exists. Its sole purpose of this entity, it's part of the Toxic family. It's a subsidiary of Toxic Business Solutions. But its sole purpose is to hold exclusively my Hugo Boss stock, my Hugo Boss holdings. And it's called Hugo's Boss. I'm so fucking proud of it. I'm so proud of it. The chairman of Hugo's Boss is Hugo's Boss. And the S's are the Sowillo SS signs. In honor of Herr Hugo. Herr Boss. One day I'm gonna have a shirt made. I haven't had the chance to, but the company uniform, because there is a company uniform. It's just a T-shirt. It's a black T-shirt. It says Hugo's Boss, and it's got Hitler. Hitler wearing a Hugo Boss shirt. Hugo's Boss. It's gonna be a picture of Hitler wearing it's gonna be my body wearing the Hugo's Boss shirt with Hitler's face superimposed over mine. Hugo's Boss. So when I have to go to company meetings, I'm gonna wear it. This way everybody knows who's the boss? Hugo's Boss. That's the company motto. Who's your boss? Hugo's Boss. I'm not fucking around. They inspired me to do this. They inspired me to take it all. I'm going all the fucking way with it. Now I am. Now I definitely am. I have to. I don't have a choice at this point. Does it make you feel good to be this big of a piece of shit? I don't think I'm a piece of shit. I think everybody else is a piece of shit. Is that true? No, I don't. I don't think anyone's a piece of shit. I just like to have fun. My philosophy on business is this. Is like, have fun. Have fun doing it. If you're not enjoying yourself, what the fuck are you even doing? And, not to mention, like, I'm a man of God. I am. Mind you, just as a disclaimer, how could you be a witch and a man of God? My God is not necessarily the same God that you're thinking of. I'll put it like that. I incorporate a lot of satanic philosophies in there too. Like, I not that I borrow, but I resonate with aspects of Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and Satanism, and Luciferianism as well. Not to mention there's also the witch aspect of it, which is more ancestral than anything else. But because of the fact that it is so ingrained within my soul, and it's literally in my DNA, that I respect that most of all. And I realize that, like, I don't have to follow rules. I make my rules. I make the rules. Because I'm the fucking boss. I'm the main character of my movie. You know what I mean? I'm the main character, I'm the director, I'm the writer. This whole fucking reality, it's all mine. Like, I don't give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. Like, everyone else is a fucking actor, just a spare in my world. And if I'm wrong, then I honestly, like, I say it to God all the time. God and Satan, the same thing. Same person. What I say is, like, if I'm not supposed to be doing it, just tell me. Like, show me that I'm not supposed to do it. But here's the thing, is, like, I keep getting rewarded for the work that I do, so I have no choice but to go, okay, all right, okay, I'll keep doing it. If I'm finding value in it, if I'm able to extract value in the things that I do, then clearly what I'm doing is for a greater good. Because if I can find value in it, then that means that other people can find value in it too. And if I can help other people, hey man, that's really awesome. Now mind you, like, I know I can lose my shit and I can fucking, like, go hard. Let that be a really good example. Like, I can go hard. That really wasn't even the whole thing. Like, if I don't have the camera on, like, because I feel like I'm being watched, so it kind of puts me in a position where I have to. Not that I have to, but it's just automatic. Like, I can't do anything about it. Like, I will dial myself down because I feel like there are people watching. But that's part of the reason why I'm doing this. That's the reason why I do this, especially with the phone, is so that I can actually get used to that feeling. because a big part of what I do is it's kind of like exposure therapy. Remember I was saying before, like, you got to do something with all these feelings. Like, you can't just fucking bottle them up. The idea of the exposure therapy is, and even with, like I mentioned alchemy before, is like allowing those feelings to come up and allowing them to express themselves in whatever way they choose to be expressed. Because by expressing them, what you're doing is you're burning them out. They're burning themselves out. It's just like stress or anxiety or any kind of like frustration or anger or rage. Like you allow it to express itself in a safe way, because there will come a point where that energy, it's all like frantic and just disjointed, where it'll eventually like balance itself out and level out. Because energy, like if we know anything about energy, it's constantly moving. It's constantly evolving. It's constantly changing. And energy that is negatively charged, negative does not mean bad. Bad doesn't always mean negative. There's just as much good and bad as there is bad and good. And there's just as much negative and positive as there is positive and negative. You know what I mean? Think of a yin yang. There's the dark and the light and the dark. So all of these things, think of it more as a polarity instead of like a extreme. Good is considered evil to the evildoer who considers himself a good guy. So it's really it's all subjective. When you really break it down, like all these things, they're all subjective. What's good for me is bad for you. What's bad for you is good for me. What's good for me is also fucking good for you sometimes. It just depends. Like, and it's not just we have these two extremes that like it's got to be left or right, white or black. There's also shades of gray. And once we start exploring the shades of gray, then we start to realize that there's more than just shades of gray, because there's black and white. Black opposes white, white opposes black, but then there's the shades of gray that lie in between. But then what opposes the shades of gray? The spectrum of color that lives on the other side of the street. So we have a lot of different dimensions to be exploring with things. So by allowing myself to go to these extremes, and those emotional extremes, and even the mental extremes, what I'm doing is I'm breaking up all of that stagnant energy and turning it into something else. Because, I mean, I feel pretty calm as a fucking cucumber right now. I feel fucking good. I got all that out. I feel good. What would really make me feel much better is if I was going to go home and lie down next to a nice, pretty, naked little body. A woman's body. Nice, warm fucking pig belly to put my feet on. Where's my pig? I require a warm pig belly to rest my feet on. I like petite girls. That's what I mean. That would be nice. A nice Miss Petite. So now with all that out, we got to see that whole range of perspective right there, right? So what good is that actually going to do us? I don't know. Because you know what? Here's kind of what the thought that's forming in my head. What are we going to be able to do with all that? Do you see all that passion that's in there? All that fire? Did you know that was in there? Did you know that? I mean, I knew some of it was in there. Like, a lot of it I wasn't expecting. Like, there's a part of me that's kind of afraid about some of the things I said, the people that I named, but I'm still gonna upload it. But the idea is, like, with that passion, with that fire, elemental magic, my friend. Fire magic, we can now take that fire and we can fucking apply it to something. Put that passion into something. What's something we can put that kind of fucking fury and desire and just, get the fuck out of my way while I fucking knock this shit over type of drive. That's Aries energy right there. That's what it's making me think of, which makes sense because we are coming up to an Aries quarter moon this weekend. And the Aries quarter moon is going to be followed up by the Cancer new moon in about a week and a half. So this is also like preparatory work for the lunar energies that are coming into flow. As a witch, something I do, I do a lot of moon work. I work with lunar cycles, and what that it's hard. I'm trying to think of how to equate that for somebody that doesn't know shit. So each moon cycle has a meaning. And mind you, I know what we're going to say. I know what we're saying. Well, Derek, there's between 12 and 13 lunar cycles every year. What do you mean they all mean something? Well, that's the thing, is that think of it like a lunisolar calendar, right? Just like the Jews use, or even the Chinese, or even the Muslims. So each cycle, yeah, there's going to be 12 to 13 lunar cycles over the course of a year, but each one is going to take place when the sun is in a different position around the Earth. And mind you, we're talking geocentric astronomy, not heliocentric, because when it comes to astrology, moonology, this type of stuff, it helps if we think of things in relation to geocentric. Because if you're not thinking in geocentric terms, I'm not too learned on heliocentric astrology, which it does exist. I don't know it. I don't know it as well as I know geocentric, because geocentric astronomy is what they were using in the ancient times, like the pyramid builders, the Mesopotamians, Sumerians, all these guys, they were using geocentric astronomy, which wasn't really a thing until the church started burning all of the people who were practicing and promoting geocentric astronomy. So thank you to the church for bringing in heliocentric astronomy to break things up a little bit. So in order to really get a good grasp of what a lot of this stuff means, it helps to think in terms of geocentrism. Now, you don't have to be like me, and you don't have to believe that the sun, moon, and stars all revolve around you. It's just, it helps if you look at it as a model from which to explain certain phenomena that heliocentric astronomy can't. Just like how heliocentric astronomy, the purpose of the heliocentric system, the heliocentric model, if you're not familiar with the fucking basics of astrophysics, the purpose of the heliocentric model, which is not absolute reality. We don't know. We just don't know. That's a fact. We don't know for sure. All we do know is that the heliocentric model is helpful to explain certain phenomena that the geocentric model cannot. Just as the geocentric model is more capable of explaining certain phenomena that the heliocentric model is not capable of doing. So, with that, we have to understand that in today's modern age, there's not many people that are teaching geocentric astronomy. Am I right or am I right? Am I right or wrong? For the most part, the most commonly known form of astronomy revolves around the heliocentric model. Now, if we start to expand our thinking on things and recognize the fact that the model does not necessarily dictate reality, then we can also presume that just as there is some value to be found in the heliocentric model, there's also value to be found in the geocentric model. Now, what's really cool about the geocentric model is that it's not just a geocentric model, there's also astronomy. Astrology is a really good practice to understand, because if you get an idea for the symbolic meaning of everything and how the symbolic and metaphorical values of each piece of the puzzle, right? Think of it like a clock, because that's essentially what it is. It's a solar clock. When we think of it like that, well, it's a solar lunar clock. It's a solar lunar calendar. If you look at the Western Zodiac is modeled after the seasons. It's not modeled after the stars. Let me take that back. Because people will bring that up. They're like, well, the Zodiac doesn't line up with the stars. Not Western astrology, Western or tropical astrology. That's what it's called, Western or tropical astrology. It's the same thing. Western astrology is modeled after the seasons. Sidereal astrology, also known as Jyotish. Jyotish astrology is misrepresented as Hindu astrology. It's not Hindu astrology, it's Jyotish. And it is commonly referred to as sidereal astrology because it's the zodiac wheel is aligned perfectly with the star. Well, I mean, as perfectly as it can be. It's more aligned with the actual placements of the stars in the sky because of something referred to as precessional slippage. So what you may or may not know is that the Earth has a slight wobble in its orbit around itself, which takes about 25, I think somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500 years to make a full rotation around itself. So every 2,000 years or so, what happens is the constellation that's behind the sun at the time of the vernal equinox will shift roughly every 2,000 years. These are called ages. If you ever heard of the age of Aquarius, the age of Pisces, the age of Aries, shit like that. That's where it comes from. It's if you don't if you're not going to fuck man, this dude fucked me up. You have to take in consideration space science. Because it's not all about woo-woo bullshit. The woo-woo bullshit is like the woo-woo bullshit is one thing. But you take the woo-woo bullshit out of there, then there's the actual science to it. And if you're not willing to recognize the science behind the woo-woo, then you're kind of doing yourself a disservice because you're leaving out a whole school of thought and a practice that actually has a lot of value to it. Now, the hard thing is to demonstrate that value because what it means for one person may not necessarily be what it means to another person. You know what I mean? So, when I was talking about how the moon is moving into Aries, we're gonna have a third quarter moon in Aries in about like 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4 days. What that kind of represents, we gotta take into consideration a couple of different factors. One, what does Aries represent? What is Aries? Aries is a cardinal fire sign. It's the ram. It's all about, it's fire, like I said, fire, heat, it's passion, let's fucking go into it. It's like imagine, okay, the first thing coming to my mind, you ever watch football? You know when they kick the ball? And then everyone charges after the motherfucker and then we're going to fucking tackle the dude who catches the ball? That's like an Aries type of energy right there. Another example is like, okay, you have an intention. You want to achieve a goal. And you're ready to fucking go, man. And you're charging right into fucking battle. You're charging right into that goal. You're taking all that fire within yourself and you're putting it into this one fucking action. You ever go to the gym and work out really hard? That's fire energy. That's fucking Aries right there. You have an intention. I'm gonna fucking make myself look sexy as fuck. But then it's also, we can also look at it like what I was doing before, is kind of losing my shit out there. Fire energy has a very distinct flavor to it. You know when it's hot. You know when you're fucking like, motherfuck! Let's fucking do this. Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck your day up, motherfucking piece of shit. That's fire energy. That's Aries right there. Come on, motherfucker. What do you got? Come at me. That's kind of Aries. So, now with the moon as well. So now we're going into the third quarter. We start with the new moon to the first quarter to the full moon to the third quarter, and then we start back again at the next cycle, which is going to begin at the new moon. It's going to be a Cancer new moon. So we just came from a Capricorn full moon, right? So full moon, it's illuminated, fully illuminated. It's reflecting back the sun's light. It's giving us time to reflect. We have to learn how to think of things in metaphorical values. Capricorn is the water goat that climbs up to the tippy top of the mountain. The fucking full moon is at the top of the fucking lunar cycle. We start at the bottom, new moon, quarter moon, full moon. We're now standing at the top of our fucking own little mountain at the work that we fucking did to get here, looking down and going, fuck yeah, motherfucker. We're looking for victories. Why am I talking like that? Because I know what I'm talking about. Look at all the fucking successes that brought us up to this point. Look at all the fucking work that we put into it. All those times that we thought that we lost, we can now look at those losses from a new perspective and go, holy shit, that wasn't a bad thing. I didn't fuck that up. That wasn't a failure. That was actually one of my biggest victories. Holy shit. Like, for instance, yesterday, there's another video that I gotta post up with this one from yesterday, where I went out in the woods and I fucking burnt all this stuff that this girl that I know had given me. Christmas presents, Valentine's Day presents, but I want to cut the cord. I cut the cord with her a couple weeks ago, but I realized that with all of the gifts that she had given me in my room, there was still that connection. But in order for me to really be able to move on with my life and hopefully meet somebody more worthy of my time, I have to get rid of that stuff. I can't be carrying around all this shit. Like, I know, like, this was a gift from my ex-wife and my son, but that's a different story. That's a completely different story. This has a different kind of meaning to me. This is just some little bitch that I met because of my brother, who I had a thing for, and we had a relationship for a couple years, but it was all based on texting back and forth. It really didn't go anywhere. But for me, it got really emotional. I was very emotionally attached, and it was giving me an opportunity for me to like really express myself and be vulnerable with somebody and share my emotions. But it got to a point where I started to realize, like, all right, you've given enough. You've given enough. Now it's time to pull back all of your shit and focus on your own life. Focus on your own ambitions and your own fucking well-being. So yesterday we went out in the woods, and I took the coffee cup that she got me, fucking shattered it. A book that I got her for her birthday that I never got a chance to give her, I fucking tore that up. I tore that up and made like kindling. Then these two bracelets that really had a lot of meaning to me, Fenrir's binding. It was a Viking werewolf bracelet, which I loved. I loved it. But I realized she got it for me because of this song, Wolf Like Me. A song, Wolf Like Me, by TV on the Radio. It was kind of like our song for a time. And she got me this bracelet because of that. So I took that bracelet, I put that in the fire, put the book in the fire. She got me this really nice fucking bookmark that I loved. And it was my favorite colors too, black and gold. But I fucking tore it up, put it in the fire. And the idea behind that was to release, to burn away that energetic connection between the two of us. Because one, I have to be done with it. I needed to let her go. I needed to get her energy off me, out of my system, out of my life, so that I can more properly move on. Because granted, I see in my mind, like, if I were to meet somebody and I got some other girl's stuff in there, like some gifts from some girl who I had a very deep emotional connection with, like, that's not good. That's not healthy. That's like having a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but then carrying around some other woman's picture in your wallet. Like, what? Are you an asshole? So, and also a friend of mine once said, bro, we have a saying in the Congo. You cannot catch a coconut while you're holding a watermelon. You have to let the watermelon go so that you can catch the coconut. I agree. So I had to just get rid of my coconut, or I had to get rid of my watermelon so I can catch my coconut. And the fact that I had to do it, the fact that I did it, was so scary. It was so painful. I felt like shit doing it. And all I could think of was like her heart shattering. And her actually hating me because of it. But I can't dictate my life based around what other people feel. And so I had to take myself, I had to go to an extreme. And it felt good. It did feel good afterwards. Like, it felt like a huge weight was lifted off my shoulders. Because it's not healthy to get so attached to people. No, it's not. When it's a one-sided thing, and yeah, for the most part, I mean, from my perspective, it was really very much one-sided. Like, I needed, and I felt the toxicity in it growing and spreading. So I had to do what was right for me. And just like we both in the same position, in the sense that, like, we both got to do what's right for us. You know what I mean? It's nothing personal. It's just the time that we shared, the emotions that we gave to each other. Jesus Christ. Whatever. Are you still watching? Like, are you actually watching this? I mean, just anyone in general. Like, it's so weird. But oh, right. So it's a third quarter moon. So we're getting ready for the end. So a third quarter moon comes right before the new beginning. This is almost like crossing the finish line and then kind of that victory lap into the next new moon. So now we can kind of look at this and go like, all right, all of this stuff that we let go of, all of the challenges that we faced, all of these new victories that we found, be able to look at our old failures and see it